So today I wanted to go over a couple things. I absolutely am infatuated with shenanigans our government does and goofy things that they do and then try to cover up or just not talk about. And what's weird is earlier this week, there was like a 1 day kind of spam of this Ark of the Covenant thing from the CIA. Now, a lot of people don't know, but this actually what took place in the 70s or 80s. Now, I don't know why. Now, I don't know why it became a thing earlier this week. Bring up maybe people are looking more into the Freedom of Information Act and government goofiness ever since the JFK files released and the super secret squirrel of the Epstein files list not being released, even though they keep teasing Bad Stripper that it's going to be released. But I thought that this was very interesting. So I thought that we would kind of look at it a little bit. And it's not the Ark of the Covenant that really fascinates me. It's the fact that our CIA spent all this freaking money. You don't talk about like Doge and crap like that. They spent all this freaking money on remote viewers, paranormal investigation, remote viewing. It's so weird. This so this was from the CIA. Like I said, the Freedom of Information Act. I love reading it. I mean, this is from the CIA.gov, and it's prepared by the American Institutes for Research in '95, and it talks about doing the part of the program reviews conducted by the American Institute of Research, a nonprofit private research organization, consisted of two main components. The first component is a review of research program. The second component, a review of operational application of the remote viewing phenomenon and intelligence gathering. So they were using remote viewers for intel. What? How do you even like? How do you even come up with that? Panel members were asked to review all laboratory experiments and meta-analytic reviews conducted as part of the research program. This consisted of approximately 80 separate publications. Blah, 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 blah. I have not read through this entirely, obviously, because I don't have anything highlighted like I do on other things that I've already gone through. This is just one of those things. It's haunted me ever since earlier this week. Whenever people started the 1 day that people were freaking out about the Ark of the Covenant thing, it's like been in my dreams, haunting my butthole since that came out, and I just started to kind of just pull up stuff, and I was like, I've got to talk about this. So here's the conclusion of the research. The foregoing observations provide a compelling argument against continuation of the program within the intelligence community, even though a statistically significant effect has been observed in the laboratory. It remains unclear whether the existence of paranormal phenomenon remote viewing has been demonstrated. The library studies do not provide evidence regarding the source of origin of the phenomenon, nor do they address an important methodological issue of interjudge reality. Further, even if it could be demonstrated unequivocally that a paranormal phenomenon occurs under the condition present in the laboratory paradigm, these conditions have limited applicability and utility for intelligence gathering operations. For example, the nature of the remote viewing targets are very dissimilar, as are the specific tasks required of remote viewers. Some importantly, or most importantly, the information provided by remote viewing is vague and ambiguous, making it difficult, if not impossible, for the technique to yield information of sufficient quality and accuracy of information for actionable intelligence. Thus, we conclude that continued use of remote viewing in intelligence gathering operations is not warranted. So back in the 90s, back in the 90s, our government went full YouTube horror clip Redditor and decided to use, oh, it was back in the 70s. Although parapsychological research has a light or a long history studies of remote viewing as referred to as form of anomalous cognition as a unique manifestation of psychic functioning began in the 70s. In its simplest form, a typical remote viewing study during the early period of investigation consisted of the following. A person referred to as a beacon or sender travels to a series of remote sites. The remote viewer, a person who has the parapsychological ability, is asked to describe the locations of the beacon. Typically, these locations descriptions include drawings and a verbal description of the location. It's crazy that our government decided to do this. Hindsight's 2020. I mean, you look at what's going on today, and you look at what people do today as far as like goofy YouTube and TikTok horror clips and stuff like that, and the garbage of horror, the state of horror movies as of late, especially like paranormal stuff. It, I can't believe that our government like bought into this. They might as well have just gotten tarot cards and said, you know what? Let's see what we can come up with. Let's see if we can find the bad guys using tarot cards. Stargate is a defense intelligence agency program which involved the use of paranormal phenomenon, primarily remote viewing, for intelligence collection. During Stargate's history, DIA pursued three basic program objectives: operations, using remote viewing to collect intelligence against foreign targets; research and development, using laboratory studies to find new ways to improve remote viewing for use in the intelligence world; and foreign assessment, analysis of foreign activities to develop or exploit the paranormal for any uses which may affect our national security. Affect our national security, yeah. What? So, our CIA, the dudes that are like in the movies and everybody's brains are like the scary dudes that just come up and just kill people, they were fighting ghosts. Like, literally, they thought that other people could do this. It is nuts. But that's where this whole Ark of the Covenant thing came from in the 80s. So just a few weeks after Indiana Jones whipped his way the Ark of the Covenant and Spielberg's 81 smash hit Raiders of the Lost Ark, the CIA was looking for legendary religious artifact by using psychic remote viewers, and they might have found it. At least that's what recently declassified CIA documents from the 80s claim. The Ark of the Covenant, blah, blah, blah. Ah, don't know. It's what they put the Ten Commandments and other things in, directed by God to Moses and Aaron. The Ark is not just the interest of Judaism, but also Christianity and Islam. In the Quran, the device refers to as at-tabut, meaning the chest. Basically, whoever has it is powerful. In the 80s, perhaps inspired by Indiana Jones, the CIA decided to look for the Ark by experimenting with so-called remote viewing, where people could allegedly tell detailed information about objects, people, and events with extremely faraway distances. One of the test subjects reportedly gave coordinates to an object matching the description of the lost Ark in the Middle East, claiming people around it were speaking Arabic. The target is a container. The container has another container inside of it, the document states. The target is fashioned of wood, gold, and silver. It is decorated with a six-winged angel, the person also told the CIA. The Ark had been missing since 586 BC, when legend says it disappeared during the Babylonian siege of Jerusalem. Ever since, it has fascinated pseudo historians and archaeologists with rumors placing it anywhere from Egypt to England. However, the CIA's test subject, referred to as Remote Viewer 32, identified the ark as being near buildings resembling the domes of mosques, along with people clothed in all white and black hair and dark eyes. In 2018, a group of evangelical Christians from the Bible Archaeology Search and Exploration Institute claimed to have discovered the Ark inside a church in Africa, according to Metro. However, researchers quickly dismissed the claim, leaving its true location a mystery. They said they found it, and here's the viewer number 20 or 32 attained excellent inside contact, doing very well. This is the actual CIA document about this, and it says the same thing as that article did. This target is located somewhere in the Middle East, as language spoken and individuals present seemed to be Arabic. Visuals surrounding the buildings indicated the presence of mosque domes. Individuals in the area were clothed in virtually all white, had black hair and dark eyes. One figure I honed in on wore a mustache. He wore it or had a mustache. I mean, which one was it? Did he have a fake mustache nose glasses combo, or was he actually had a mustache? And the Middle Easterns that I saw when I was over there had full on beards, so just a mustache would be kind of goofy, I think. Or maybe that was different times. Oh, here's a see my 10-year-old draws way better than this. Is this what they're trying to? This little. So this is like the police sketch artist rendering of what the dude saw or lady saw, number 32. Man, I can't wait for like the Steven Spielberg movie release of this. But like I said, this was released. The actual documents and stuff was released a long time ago, and for whatever reason, like one day, yeah, 2008 or 2000, the proof of release in 2000. So it was released in 2000. So those of you who are bad at math, that was 25 years ago. I don't know why it became a deal like earlier this week for one day, but it did. And it kind of had me scratching on my head because I've heard of the CIA and stuff doing mind control and crap like that. Everybody knows that. But them doing this, the remote viewing, like I had heard about it, but I didn't really know much about it until I started going into it a little bit more. But I didn't know that they allegedly tried to find the Ark of the Covenant and allegedly found it without actually finding it. And then I guess it's maybe been debunked. Who knows? Of course, AI has their own little thing. The CIA explored remote viewing as potential intelligence gathering method during the Cold War. So much weird things happened during the Cold War along these ideas. So the Cold War brought about the ramping up of paranormal and tarot cards and like pseudoscience, it seems, because there's so much weird things that happened during the Cold War. I think that everybody was like dosed with some goofy gas or something like that to kind of make their brains triggered a little bit differently. Let's see, initiating programs like Scanate in the 70s and the Stargate project in the 75, which were declassified in the 90s. In 70, the CIA, responding to reports of Soviet psychotronic research, initiated funding a program called Scanate, Scan by Coordinate. So Russia started it. That's what I'm getting out of it. Russia started it, and then we kind of had to fire back at it. Remote viewing research began in 72 in California. That's kind of par for the course, with proponents like Russell Charg and Harold Puthoff believing that the required accuracy rate of 65% was often exceeded in later experiments. Required accuracy rate of 65% was often exceeded in later experiments. The Stargate project, a $20 million research program, ran from 75 to 95, aiming to determine potential military applications of psychic phenomenon. Shit was declassified in the 90s, which sparked a renewed interest in remote viewing. CIA research focused on the ability of human participants to acquire information about space or temporary remote geographical targets. Concluded that remote viewers constantly failed to produce actionable, intelligent information, leading to the program's termination. So they spent $20,000 or $20 million, probably more, but it said $20 million. Yeah, just this one program was 20 million. So they spent over $20 million on trying to find psychics and remote viewers to basically run the intel programs of the CIA and the U.S. And I mean, they were trying to make people or have people use 100% of their brain, and obviously it failed, and they didn't get anything out of it, so they shut it down. All because Russia was like, you know what? Hey, America, we have psychics on our side. What do you have? And America's like, oh shit, the Soviets have psychics. Quick, get the tarots out, get the blood, get the bone readers out here so we can, conjure up some psychics and stuff and beat the Soviets. It's like it's like the worst B movie on horror that you can find, but it happened in real life, and they used our money for it, our taxpayer money for it. I think that's funny. I think that's interesting because you see the same shit happening still. I mean, you see like the same the same goofiness of wasteful money and stuff like that in our government still. And yeah, it's funny. I think it's hilarious, really. But that's just more like a conspiracy that's gone right, or well, it didn't go right, but a conspiracy that actually happened that is actually true. It's just another one. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that for a little bit because it was haunting my nightmares. The psychics came through and was telling me that something was awry in the CIA back in the 70s, the 90s, and still today, really. So I just wanted to talk about that. Hey, if you like this, and go ahead and drop that subscription, that follow, Rumble, YouTube. See ya.